If you've done or plan on doing any of the following 10 things, your retirement plan sucks. Number 1, timing the market. For those of you who don't know what that is, if you've been in a bad market, let's say for 4, 5, 6 months, and you're consistently losing money, people will pull their money out of the market and then wait for the best time to put it back in when they think the market's doing better. Okay, they might have been successful at this once, but no one knows how to time the market. They get overconfident because it worked for them once. Doesn't usually work twice. What you miss is you will miss all the upside of when the market comes back, all those gains to be made. You'll miss out on all of that. So you cannot time the market. Just take a deep breath, be calm, wait for things to get better. They always do, guys. They always do. Number 2, agreeing to support adult children. Yeah, that's a big one. And I know it's a compassionate thing to do, but you know what? When your children become adults, they're on their own. You can help them out in emergencies, but do not consistently help them. Let's say with a monthly stipend or something, you know? It just doesn't work. And if you're looking for the quickest way to ruin your retirement plan, how about giving money to your 3 adult children? You have to put your retirement first, unless it's the case of an emergency. I get it. Other than that, you've got to think of yourself first when it comes to retirement. So helping out adult children when they've got jobs of their own, when, of course, if they have a disability or something, totally different. But if they're well capable of doing stuff on their own, your retirement plan sucks if you're doing that. It's going to really damage your future. Number 3, investing too conservatively when you're young. What do I mean by that? If you're in your early 20s, you should be heavily in stock. Heavily in stock, because you've got so much time on the horizon to make it up if things go bad in the market. You should be at least 75, 80% stocks. You know, even I was risk averse. I think it was 75, maybe 80 when I first started. Some people go all in, 100%. And you know what? The younger you are, the more you can do that and feel confident that you'll be able to make that up if things go south. And the opposite of that is true. The older you get, you have to invest more conservatively. You don't want to be 70 years old and be 90% in stocks. That's one of the biggest things to make your retirement plan suck. So it's age-appropriate investing. You have to know that. When you're young, be aggressive. That's the best way to build up a nest egg early in your life. Number 4, cashing out a 401k when you change jobs. The worst thing you can do. I mean, unless it's like you've been there for, 6 months or a year or something and it's $5,000, okay. But if you've got a significant amount of money in a 401k of a job that you're planning on leaving, roll that thing over. Roll it over into an IRA, or if you're happy with your 401k, you could leave it there. A lot of companies allow you to leave it with their 401k, which I've done. One of my major 401k is with the music company that I worked at for 20 years. I was laid off in 2010. It's still there. It's still doing well. So the last thing you want to do, the very last, is to cash out your 401k. Let's say, there's $50,000 there. I'm taking it in cash. Sorry, it's a little windy up here. We're about to get stormy up here in the high desert. You know why? Because if you take out that cash, you've got an early withdrawal penalty and you're taxed on income as well. And that money is not working for you anymore. Take $50,000 out, that's $50,000 less that can grow. Number 5, not diversifying your portfolio. My notes are getting all flappy here in the wind. You should have a properly diversified portfolio. Number 1, it should be across all different kinds of asset types, bonds, stocks, international stocks. You've got to diversify broadly so when one sector doesn't do as well, the other sector or other sectors are usually doing better. If two go down, those other three might be doing okay. The worst thing to make your retirement plan suck is if you are not properly diversified, and even more than that, if you've got the bulk of your stock, the bulk of your whole stock portfolio in your company stock. Yeah, we've seen that story before. It's called Enron and others. Don't ever do that. Don't ever be too invested in your company's stock. Sure, if it's a good company, have a portion of it in there. But other than that, diversify your portfolio, guys. It's the only way to go, the only way to keep you safe, no matter what things happen in different sectors of the market. Number 6, failing to create a budget. If you don't have a budget, your retirement plan is going to suck. How are you going to plan properly if you don't have a budget? You should have a budget when you're working, and you should adjust that budget to when you retire. Two totally separate things. When you're making your retirement plan, okay, I've got a budget now, but I know in retirement, I'm probably not going to be spending as much money, which in most cases you don't. Adjust your budget to where you are in life. You got to have a budget, guys, or else you're not planning correctly. Number 7, failing to update your retirement plan based on things that happen in life. What happens if you marry someone and they have a couple children, young children? How's that going to affect your retirement plan? You got to adjust it to whatever's happening to you at that time. What happens if you have a divorce, the number one killer of retirement plans? You got to adjust that retirement plan to where you are in life. It's not a one size fits all thing, guys. You got to constantly, I'd say on a yearly basis, look at that retirement plan and adjust it according to where you are in your life. Okay, that's the easiest way for your retirement plan to just suck if you make it a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Not how it works most of the time. Life happens, right? Your retirement plan has to also be adjusted accordingly. Number 8, setting unrealistic returns expectations. You know, when you're online doing your retirement plan on various online calculators, you know, you can put in percentages that you think how your returns will be over the years from your investments. What I usually do, and if you look at the S&P 500 as a whole, take it over 30 years, it's averaging about a 10% return, right? I never put that in, ever. Mine might be 7-8%, maybe even lower. I adjust it. I always am looking at it and always tweaking it a little bit. So if anything, I want to be conservative on my investments. If you're heavily in stocks, okay, you might have it okay like 7-8%. If you're heavily in bonds, tap that down, maybe to 5 or 6%, even lower. I mean, look at the last couple of years, To be honest, I have been tamping my returns expectations down in the last couple of years. I'm not up nearly by that 10%. I'm closer to like 4 and 5%. Okay? So you got to be realistic. If you tap in 10% returns and you're 15 years away from retirement, what happens if you get 8%? You're not going to be looking as good as you thought, right? So be realistic. Be conservative on your expected returns. Number 9, when you reach 50, you have what is called catch-up provisions for your 401k and IRA. The biggest way to suck at retirement planning is not taking advantage of those catch-up provisions. You can put a lot more money, guys. Did you know that? When you reach 50 into your IRA or your 401k, we're talking thousands of dollars more per year. Look into that. When you're at like 45, know what you're going to do at 50 or 47, 48. Don't go into 50 and wait a couple years and go, oh, well, you know what? I just heard about those catch-up contributions. No, know that at 50. So you could take advantage of this to the most extreme way possible. That's being smart in your retirement plan. Number 10, One of the biggest ways for your retirement plan to totally suck is to rely too much on Social Security. Social Security was never made to cover all your expenses. It was made to help you in retirement. It's never meant to be the end-all be-all for retirement. It is a supplement to your retirement plan. People that plan too heavily on, Social Security to take care of most of my stuff, it might not. In a lot of cases, it won't. So that's a big way for your retirement plan to suck if you don't take that into account. All right? So there you have it, guys. Don't suck at your retirement plan. Don't suck. Take some of those 10 steps to heart. And just remember, as always, we got this.